This evening, I'm going to talk about, Lord, keep me in the center of your will. This is taken from a chapter from Stormy's book of The Power of a Praying Woman. Why did I choose this to talk about? Because there's a powerful message behind this story. Staying under the will of God keeps us under the umbrella of protection. And when we move ourselves out of that protection, the will of God, things begin to happen to us. We fall into danger. We fall into things that should not be. But as long as we stay under the will of God, everything is going to be all right. Staying under the will of God also means that before you make any decision, before you do anything, you should ask God if this is in His will to please work this out for me. And this is a true statement because from my experience, you've heard me talking in other presentations about going through divorce and all that and how painful it was for me. Well, at that time, I thought I had lost everything in my life. Nothing seemed to be going good for me. All I had left for me was my children that stayed with me. Everything else was gone. But I continued to pray, Lord, help me, and to keep me in your will. His answers to me was to move. I kept saying, Lord, what do you mean move? I had to keep making myself understand, what is that you want me to do, Lord? And so in that answer, he said, move from your location. Move from the situation. Change your attitude. I dealt with this for over a year, and the same message kept coming to me for me to move to Texas. I said, Lord, I've never moved out of Oklahoma. All my life I've been here. But he said, that's not what I asked you. You asked me, what should I have you to do? And I need you to move. So I did that. But my point is, I kept God in the middle, the center of the wheel, to see what he had for me. And I feel like if I did not obey his instructions, I would have never known what's out there for me. There's been other opportunities out there for me. I would have never found myself. He kept me in perfect peace. I thought I was about to lose my mind. But I didn't, because he kept me right there. And as long as I stand in the will of God, as long as you stand in the will of God, you're under his umbrella of protection. Then I found out that Stormy had 4 points for us to know, 4 things that are true about God's will. The first one is, following God's will does not mean that we will never have trouble. Because in this life, we will always have trouble. It's just a part of life. But to be in his will is how you handle it when you're going through. But at that time, also know that following God's will is never easy. It's not going to be easy. But you have to know to stay focused on him. He'll see you through. Not your will, but his will. Then 3, follow God's will can make you feel so uncomfortable. What that means is, if you've never felt stretched, if you've never felt angry, if you've never felt that everything is just uncomfortable for you and you're taken out of your comfort zone, that means that things not comfortable for you, but you're going into his will because he's trying to get you somewhere that you've never been before. So what I'm saying is that being stretched means experiencing growing pains. You have to have growing pains in order to grow, to become wiser, and to mature you some more. So right now, I thank God for all the growing pains that I've had to go through, because I've been doing some things that I would have never done before. You're able to make decisions that you weren't able to do before. And the last thing is, the best place to start seeking his will is in your life is by thanking him in everything. Always thank God for whatever the situation is, and to keep you in the center of his will. Understand the answer when he says, I need you to go that way and do that way. Don't be disobedient, because disobedient is what causes danger in our life, and we're taken out of the will of him. So right now I wanted to encourage you to please remember to stay under the protection of God, and everything will be all right. You have a blessed day.